All right, so with this topic, we're going to look at tangents. A tangent is a line that touches the circumference of the circle at 90 degrees to the center. CXC can ask you about that. So the first one is we're going to draw a tangent to point P. This usually comes, CXC asks you draw a tangent to point P on the circumference of the circle. So you connect point P to the center. And then from here, you construct a 90-degree angle. So when we construct this 90, you just come from both points or both sides, draw the line through to point P, and this is our tangent. Follow me so far? So this is a tangent to a point on a circle, right? So to construct the tangent, we construct a 90. Now it may ask you to draw a tangent to a point away from a circle. So this is our P. So how do we get this done? You connect P to the center, and then we're gonna bisect to find the middle. So we come from the center, we draw in this middle line, then we draw a curve, semicircle, where the semicircle hits the actual initial circle. This is our tangent. So this is a tangent to a point P away from a circle. Now CXC can send you a picture of this, the different constructions, and they would expect that you know the difference. You follow me so far? So now we have two circles. You can do an external tangent, which is outside, or you can do an internal tangent, which is inside. I'm not going to go through the full construction of it, but I'm just going to show you the difference between the two. So if you have two circles, an internal tangent is one that passes between the two circles. You follow me so far? An external one is one that touches the outside of both circles. So for this, we have external, and then we have internal. You understand the difference? Sure? All right, stop. You can stop. Construct a tangent from the point P. So P is here. You must first do what? So it has draw the semicircle, draw an arc, join P to a point on the circumference, join P to the center. What's the correct answer of 22? Is it draw a semicircle? No. C, join P to a point. What point on the circumference? B, draw arc. Where we draw this arc from? So look back here, Tiana. Remember this is P to the center. So the correct answer for this one would be D. You understand? So this is where it comes in handy, because it's asking you on the topic here of a tangent, how do we do this? So we connect there to there, you bisect. When you bisect, you draw a semicircle, and then you draw your tangent through where the semicircle hits. So that is that is it for that one. The following diagrams best represents an external and an internal tangent. So when I look here, is A an external tangent? Do you see an external tangent here by A? No. Both of these passing in between. You follow me, sir? So are any of these passing in between? These are not even, well, and this is the same thing. So the correct answer is B, because we have the internal tangent here and the external tangent. Pause again. Which of the following designs illustrates an internal tangent? So what's the correct answer for this one? Now this actually has a trick question here. Because
C.
why not D?
Because all sides are external.
Yeah,
Okay, beautiful. Alright, so
C is the only one that makes sense, ain't it?
true. So we're going to more tangents. So this one here says, which of the following diagrams represents a drawing of a tangent to a circle at a point on the circumference? Which of these is that? Construction of a tangent to a circle at a point, to a point on the circumference. Look at these. A little B, a little C,
It is A.
answer is A. Right? If you rush through the multiple choice, you're gonna fail it. You're gonna take your time and break down the answers. So this one says the purpose of the construction above when completed is to what? So when we think of this, we draw this arc. What we think the purpose of it is? Draw an arc to pass through 3 points. Sound like foolishness. Draw a tangent to the circle from A. Draw 2 tangents to the circle from B. Find the mean proportional to AO, which sounds like more foolishness. So B. Because when we bisect and we scribe this arc, we connecting A to C for tangent. Look here, Tiana. M1 that is here. Another question, given point P on the circumference, which of the following diagrams best demonstrates the principle of constructing a tangent to a circle through a given point? So which of these is it? A, B, C, or D? Look how they drawing. It look like B. So it's gonna be A, B, or C, right? Which one?
C.
C. The principle of constructing a tangent to a circle through a given point.
B.
B. Right? You can stop.